Good morning and welcome to Let's Talk Real Estate, presented by the Cisneros Realty Group at Keller Williams, servicing the New Hampshire Lakes and White Mountains regions. Today's show is sponsored by Blue Water Mortgage, Summit Title, and Allstate Insurance, the Joe Suazo office in Derry, New Hampshire. Time to join our host and Let's Talk Real Estate on 101.5 WEEI Sports Radio, Lakes Region.
And good morning. My name is Karina Cisneros, realtor with Keller Williams Lakes and Mountains Realty in Meredith, New Hampshire. Our show focuses on all aspects of real estate, and in the next 30 minutes, we'll give you important information that will help you with either buying or selling your home. Today, I am joined by Steve Mangekian, owner of Alpha Home and Commercial Building Inspection, based out of Merrimack and Portsmouth, and they cover all of New Hampshire. Welcome to our show, Steve.
Thank you, Karina. It's great to be here.
It's an honor to have you on the show. So tell us a little bit about your company. As a realtor, as when I represent a buyer and we make an offer subject to a home inspection, I call a home inspection company or inspector, and they come to see the house.
Sure.
Is that something that your company does?
Yes, we are a home and commercial building inspection. I did my first inspection in 2005, hired my first employee inspector in 2012. Now we have 6 inspectors working for the company. Our typical client is a home buyer buying their home, a commercial client buying a commercial building inspection. We do things like strip malls, convenience stores, large industrial buildings, anything you might find in an industrial park. And we also do pre-listing inspections for sellers wanting to prepare their home for a quick sale.
And let me say that this is one of the most overlooked, best things sellers can do is have a pre-sale inspection. It can save a lot of money and headaches. So for all of you out there that are looking to sell, do a pre-selling home inspection.
Probably one of the most anxiety-ridden components of getting a house sold or bought is the home inspection contingency.
Absolutely.
It brings so much anxiety, so much uncertainty. Everybody's like, oh, we can't wait to get through the inspection to see if we're going to buy the house.
Correct.
I mean, we hear that all the time. So our job, as we see it, is to prepare the client, which is usually a buyer, to make sure they understand exactly what they're buying, and so that when they do buy it and they move in, there are no big, expensive surprises.
Correct.
That's really our role in
now,
the whole thing.
So have you had a situation where there are these huge deal breakers when they're not really?
Sure. We had a situation a couple of weeks ago. The listing agent wasn't happy. Our inspector, we pride ourselves on doing a very thorough and what we call a non-alarming report.
That's I think very fair. Non-alarming.
We know that our client did not hire us to talk them out of buying the house.
Correct.
Sometimes they know. Here's what's happening too. What we're finding now: low inventory.
Yes.
People are pulling the trigger on a house they're not sure about.
Correct.
Yeah, so you got to make a decision. You got to make a decision. They put a deposit down, they make a decision, and then they have the 7 to 10 days.
That's right.
To determine, to get through their home inspection, determine whether they're going to buy or not. Now this gives them time to really digest it. We had one client pull out of a deal, and I asked him why, and he said, I didn't realize how far it was from where I work.
Okay. Well, hold on there just a minute, Steve.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening this morning. This is Let's Talk Real Estate on WEEI 101.5 Sports Radio Lakes Region. Okay, back with Steve.
Hi.
All right.
Back, yeah.
So, Steve, this is very interesting. We're in a very tight market situation. Yeah. Buyers, they need to pull a trigger pretty quickly just to get the chance to do a home inspection.
Sure.
All right. How many home inspections did you do last year, you and your firm?
Over 1,000.
Okay. That's a lot.
Yeah.
What makes a good home inspector?
So I've hired 6 home inspectors.
Yes.
I kept 5 when one didn't make it.
Yeah.
I've probably interviewed, 50 guys over the last 10 years. And you can almost tell right away. The number one thing I look for when I'm interviewing a home inspector is a good demeanor.
Yes.
Good interpersonal skills.
Correct.
If you know a lot about houses, but you can't communicate it in a in a layman's terms where they understand it and they understand the impact it's going to have on them, you're not a good home inspector. Some of the guys just coming out of the trades, they don't have that good one-on-one interpersonal skills. Not always so good. Engineers, I grew up, my dad was an engineer, my brother's an engineer. Engineers don't always make the best home inspectors. They're technically very good, but they don't often have the communication mindset that I look for my guys.
All right, let me ask you, how much does a home inspection actually cost? How do you price that?
So ours started around $300, and they can go anywhere depending on the home. So we base it on the age of the home, the size of the home, and if there's additional outbuildings, if there's a lot of buildings, water testing, radon air testing,
do you do
septic inspections, we do all that.
Do you also do septic inspection?
We do.
Oh, you do. So you do everything.
We do everything. Yeah.
So if they call you, you're a one-stop shop for water, radon.
We do
everything.
We have a guy that does our lead assessments.
Yes.
We don't do it, but we sub that out. We got a excellent lead assessment guy. We've worked with most of them.
Cool.
Yeah, so we have contractors, and when we're working on commercial buildings, sometimes the commercial clients have special needs that we accommodate.
And you cover all of New Hampshire.
So we do residential inspections in New Hampshire and Maine. We do commercial building inspections throughout New England.
Okay. It's time to take a break and hear from our sponsors. And remember, the video and podcast of all our shows are available on letstalkrealestatenh.podbean.com. Thank you for listening this morning. We'll be right back with Steve Mangekian with more Let's Talk Real Estate after this on 101.5 WEEI Sports Radio Lakes Region.
Buying and selling real estate is hard, but it doesn't have to be when you partner with an agent that has a proven track record of success. The Cisneros Realty Group at Keller Williams Lakes and Mountains Realty in Meredith helps you fulfill your homeownership dreams through a caring and trusting relationship. They provide exceptional service and advocate for your best interests. The Cisneros Realty Group is your trusted real estate advisor, creating a long-standing relationship now and in the future.
Hi, this is Karina Cisneros from Keller Williams Lakes and Mountain Realty in Meredith. For many years, clients have been putting their trust in me and my full service team. We dedicate ourselves to getting you the most for your home. Remember my name, Karina, like the song, Karina, Karina.
Turbocharge the sale of your home with the professionals at the Cisneros Realty Group, part of Keller Williams Lakes and Mountains, 66 Route 25, Meredith, New Hampshire. Experience and integrity you can trust. The Cisneros Realty Group, online at nhlakeshomes.com.
Put your trust in Blue Water Mortgage when you purchase your new home. Jonathan Ferrante works hard for you with premium service and integrity. Jonathan provides competitive rates and great loan programs to fit your needs. Purchasing, renovating, or refinancing, Jonathan can expertly guide you through the maze of options to find you the right mortgage for you. Blue Water Mortgage, your dedicated mortgage broker. NMLS number 1291. Jonathan Ferrante, NMLS number 1694126. Contact Jonathan directly at 813-267-4369.
This is Let's Talk Real Estate with Karina Cisneros on 101.5 WEEI Sports Radio Lakes Region. Once again, here's Karina.
And we're back with Steve Mangekian, owner of Alpha Home and Commercial Building Inspections. Steve, we've been talking about home inspections.
Yep.
You are a home inspector yourself. You've been doing it for a long time.
Since 2005, I did my first inspection in 2005. Yep.
For our listeners, give us an example of when your buyer was so happy they did an inspection, because had they not done one, it would have been pretty bad.
So this was a long time ago. I don't know, 12 or 15 years ago. I'm on Francistown Turnpike, and there was a home that used to be a cooperage. They made barrels. I meet the client out there. Was a gentleman. I give him a little preamble, telling him I'm going to inspect this and I'm going to inspect this. And he goes, whoa, 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 sir. Don't worry about that. We're not buying the house. I go, you're not buying the house? Why am I here to inspect it? He says, because my wife thinks we're buying the house. and then she's going to read your report, and then we're not going to buy the house.
Oh, my God. That's the funniest thing I've heard.
Like, okay.
Okay. That's a good one.
Underneath the old cooperage,
yeah,
it was just on granite stone, wooden structure with a dirt crawl space. There weren't even poured footings, and there was things living under. I crawled under there. We crawl spaces, which is probably one of the worst parts of our jobs.
What are some serious bad things that you've uncovered that maybe nobody knew were there, but you uncovered?
The most common thing that we discover, I think, that people have no idea is attic mold.
Attic mold.
You probably see it all the time, making deals more difficult to close.
We do.
It's really a pretty simple fix. It's finite.
Yeah.
It's not like, we don't know what to do. There's guys all over the state that do it.
Yeah.
But that seems to really...
So my experience with mold, what I've learned is that mold is not that strange to have in a house.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Yeah. Now, you can clean up the mold, have somebody remediate the mold, but what I have learned as a realtor is you have to repair...
Here's how we characterize it.
Whatever caused the mold in the first place.
Correct the conditions that are causing it.
Exactly.
Correct the condition that's causing it before you fix it.
Exactly.
You don't want to fix it and have it come back.
Right. You don't want to fix it and come back.
Yeah. So mold needs 4 things to survive.
Okay.
Can you name any of them?
Moisture.
Yeah, it needs moisture.
Oxygen.
Well, we assume it has oxygen.
Okay. More moisture and more moisture and more moisture.
It needs moisture.
Yeah.
It needs temperature.
Okay, correct.
And it needs food. It needs 3 things. I said 4.
Okay.
And it needs food, which is organic material.
Correct.
Paper, wood, anything else. So if you take away any one of those 3, the mold can't survive.
Oh, okay.
So usually the one we take away, you're not going to take the food away. You're not going to get rid of the wood.
Yeah.
You can't really control the temperature, so you got to keep it dry.
Yeah.
So in attic mold, it's usually caused by improper ventilation, proper insulation.
Correct.
Where hot meets cold. What happens when you take a cold Heineken out of the fridge in July?
Right.
It sweats.
Yep.
So if you have hot air coming from the house going into a cold attic, it's going to create condensation and moisture.
Yep.
Add ventilation, add insulation, you're good. Clean the mold, you're done. So it's pretty simple. I mean,
But why are people so afraid of mold?
You know what? Here's what I think may have happened. About 10 years ago, there was, I think, a 60 Minutes show about mold, and people were tearing down houses. I think it was in Florida.
Okay.
And it went viral.
It went viral.
About mold causing, problems in houses, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's time to take a break. I want to thank Steve Mangekian from Alpha Home and Commercial Building Inspection. Thank you so much, Steve, for being on our show.
I had fun.
I had fun too.
Yeah.
And remember, the video and podcast of all our shows are available on letstalkrealestatenh.podbean.com. Thank you for listening this morning. We'll be right back with more Let's Talk Real Estate after this on 101.5 WEEI Sports Radio Lakes Region.
Let's Talk Real Estate is presented by the Cisneros Realty Group and sponsored by Blue Water Mortgage, Summit Title, and Allstate Insurance, the Joe Suazo office in Derry, New Hampshire. Let's Talk Real Estate is a production of Modern Media LLC, CRG TV, and MR Strategic Alliance LLC, all rights reserved. Join us every Saturday morning at 8:30 and Let's Talk Real Estate with Karina Cisneros, Realtor, on WEEI 101.5 Sports Radio Lakes Region.